everybody, it's nice to have you guys back here. This is a particular subject which I've wanted to talk about for a while. It's just I got lazy, or I had stuff on, or I just couldn't be bothered. So I have no excuse, so I'm just going to get this video out now, as this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a long while, and I just never got around to it, or maybe I just forgot. But it's the subject of certain voices. Like, do you know who you're communicating with? Now, answer to that question straight away is no. We never know who we're communicating with, as we can't even prove that they're dead people. They say they're dead, they might be dead, but they might be spirits maybe from maybe another dimensional or alternate reality. Could even be aliens, could be fairies, could be whatever for all we know. We really don't know what they are. We can only just go off what they say. I don't believe they're all dead, but that's not the particular subject which I'm on right now. Is that, do you know if you're communicating with a male or female, or child, adult, you know what I mean? So when you are doing spirit box sessions, and I see this on YouTube all the time, that even if a female voice comes through, you assume you're talking to a female spirit. That might not necessarily be the case. And the same likewise with a male spirit. That you may get a male voice, so you assume, oh, must be a male spirit. But that's not really true in my opinion. This is just my opinion. That I think if you're getting a female response, as a female voice coming through, that could just be a male spirit. It could just depend on the audio source which you have. Maybe there is the manipulation of audio theory. It's just a theory, but it's a good theory that they manipulate audio to speak. We don't know that for sure. That's not proven. The theory goes is that they manipulate audio to speak. If they're able to imprint their own voice through a electronic device like a spirit box or something like that, maybe a manual scan radio, a hacked radio for example, are they able to imprint their own voice? Or maybe does it just depend on the audio source, you know, like AM, FM radio, and the voice which is coming through, you know, you might be getting answers to your questions, you may be getting direct back and forth communication and such, and it could generally be a female spirit, but with a male's voice. Maybe it depends on that. And likewise, could be the other way around, could be a male spirit with a female's voice. So don't assume just because you hear a male voice or a female voice that you're talking to that gender spirit, if that makes sense. And like the same with young children as well. It makes you think, do they stay at the age which they are at? If they die at the age of 20, do they stay at the age of 20? If someone dies at the age of 10, do they stay at the age of 10? Or even as a baby, or do they grow and mature in the afterlife as well? But then again, we don't know that either. So I reckon it's definitely possible that you could communicate with a male, get a female voice back. So, but there is also another thing which I've spoken about before called mimicking. So it's a very surefire way, like in the paranormal, people want so desperately to believe what they're hearing and, you know, to have it be taken as the gospel truth, but unfortunately it's not always the case. Such as, let's say celebrity spirit box sessions, for example. Like, I've done them before. I cannot prove to you that I've spoken to that particular person, as it's very unlikely. It's very unlikely, and I've explained for a myriad of reasons why. And there is the subject of mimicking. So you may be trying to communicate, maybe not to a celebrity, maybe to a family member, something like that, or maybe someone that you knew who's passed away. And you're trying to communicate with somebody that's called Uncle Joe. So you're trying to communicate to Uncle Joe, and you're obviously expecting a male voice. But instead you're getting responses, but you're getting them from a female voice. It might just be the audio source, but you assume, oh, it's not Uncle Joe, because it's not his voice. Well, yeah, it might just be the audio source. They keep communicating. I don't think really they get a choice on what kind of audio they have, or what kind of voice that they can choose from. Can they choose from, can they manipulate audio? Who knows? Do they get to choose that? Who knows? And it may just be, you get what they get, and they have to make sounds, and they have to make whatever they can out of whatever sounds and the audio source which you have. So just because it may not be Uncle Joe's voice doesn't mean it's not Uncle Joe, if that makes sense. If I've made that clear in this video, I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm not very good at explaining things, but there is a subject of mimicking, and even there may be a spirit which may sound exactly like a celebrity's voice, for example. Like I did a session a while ago on MJ, King of Pop, Michael Jackson. I'm a massive Michael Jackson fan. Now, again, I can't prove that's him. I will have no idea. I don't have a clue, and I will never know if that was him. That's why I always title those videos as questions. Was this Michael Jackson? I never title it as Michael Jackson came through. I put like, did Michael Jackson come through? Because I can't prove it. And it's very unlikely, and I've explained why for many, many, many reasons in other videos. So I had a few responses in there which sound exactly like his voice. And there was one in particular saying visit. I think it was I'm visiting or visit. And it sounds exactly like his voice. But it does not prove that it's him. It does not mean that's him. How do I know that I may think, if I was thinking I was talking to Michael Jackson, how do I know I'm not speaking to a spirit who's maybe doing a very good impression of Michael Jackson? That's possible. We have impressionists in the real world. People who impersonate other celebrities' voices. That can be true on the other side as well. It doesn't mean it's that exact person. It could just be a spirit who wants to piss about with you and have a joke with you. That could very well be the case. But these are things which I don't see a lot of people discussing or talking about, which is why I want to put it out to you guys that mimicking could be a possibility as well. That you may think you've communicated with Tom, Dick and Harry when you've actually been communicating with Joe, Jonah and Johnson. I don't know, I'm just making up names here. But you see what I mean, you get my point. So there is a subject of, doesn't mean you communicate with a male or female. You could actually be doing the opposite. But just because you hear a male voice doesn't mean that it's male. And by mimicking, you could be communicating with Martin Luther King. But it doesn't mean it's Martin Luther King, if that makes sense. So the voice, don't let the voice throw you. If you're getting communication, just stick with it. Just stick with it. And just keep going in your session. Yeah, the voices may change, voices may differ, but it might be one spirit, might be a dozen spirits, might just be 2 or 1. But you don't know that because obviously you can't see them. All you can do is ask the questions. You don't know if that's factual, you don't know if that's true, but you can only go off what spirit says. As with anything in the paranormal, you can only go off what spirit tells you. But anyway, that's it for this short little video. I hope this maybe got you to think a little bit. And let me know your thoughts down in the comments down below as always. And hope you guys have a good night. And I'll see you guys very soon.